Good morning, everybody. It's me, David Brown, here to share this week's Design and Dialogue. And this week, I want to talk about job offers, specifically how to craft, create, and deliver a job offer that gets accepted. I know for a lot of firms out there, there are a lot of openings and there's just not a lot of candidates. And those candidates that do come in for an interview and go through the process often have 4 or 5 other offers as well that yours is competing against. So what I want to do is give you 3 tips to give your offer an edge as you make offers to candidates and new hires. The first one I call the 10% rule. Whatever you decide to offer the candidate, be it 80, 1,000, whatever the offer is going to be, make sure that you can have about 10% of wiggle room above that offer to negotiate. Budget it in, make sure it's a known item on the spreadsheet, and be able and be comfortable digging into that 10% and even up to that 10% to negotiate an offer that wins the day. It's a simple rule, and I think it's one that has to start when you start the process of establishing what the need is, what the budget's going to be. Just add that 10% that gives you that wiggle room to win the day and get that candidate hired for your team. The second thing I want to talk about is highlighting the positives above and beyond pay. And I don't think a lot of firms do this very well. Yes, you talk about the benefits, and yes, you talk about vacation days and things of that nature. But I think sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, if you can monetize out those benefits and make that a lump sum idea, our medical benefits cost 10 grand. Our health care for dental is another 5. Our vision is 2. Paid holidays at this rate is 30, or whatever you want to put together. You're going to come up with a number that those benefits are worth. And I think sometimes, especially if you're getting into deep negotiations about this or that and into the kind of the nitpicky stuff, if you understand, hey, look, our benefits package, including your days off and holidays and all that stuff, equals about 40 grand, I think sometimes a candidate can respond to that number in a positive way. It's not a tool to use every time. Sometimes it can be a bit impersonal, but if you understand what your benefits are monetarily to a new hire, you have that in your back pocket and can use it as needed. The last tip I want to talk about, and is probably the most important tip, is talk respect over money. And what I mean when I say that is you're being evaluated on all levels by candidates that are interviewing for your organization. If you emphasize things that treat the candidate with respect over money, I think you're going to win the day. At the end of the day, money's important. We all understand that. But decisions are not made solely on the base salary. And sometimes, if that is the sole reason, that might be a red flag for that candidate. So really be able to tell your story about how you respect employees, and even talk about how you're going to bake in respect through the interview process. And that can manifest itself as timely feedback, introduction to peers, maybe inviting them to a happy hour during the interview process, maybe a charrette, things of that nature. Start to emphasize the respect that you're going to show a potential employee over just the money. The way things manifest themselves after they're hired are creating a mentorship program, a new hire buddy, whatever it might be, letting them be on the interview panel, or things of that nature that go above and beyond kind of the job description, really not only entice a candidate to come to your organization, but it keeps them there. And I will say, in this market, keeping them there is almost more important than hiring them on. That's it for today, everybody. I hope these 3 tips are helpful for those of you kind of in the thick of it looking for talent. I know I have seen these simple tools help clients of mine bring in the right talent. And if you want to talk about these and other ideas that I might have, you can always reach out to me. My contact information is below. As always, like this video, share it around. I want to get it to as many folks as possible. That's it for today, everybody. I really, really appreciate the time. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.